All right, arms are pretty cooked. We did a good job, if I do say so myself. When it comes to getting a good workout in, I have no problem patting myself on the back. And that was a good workout. When you're doing straight bar curls, you're going to notice that pain in your forearms. It's just something that you're going to have to fight through. Eventually it will go away. And it's a pain in the ass, I know, but you're not going to die from it, so it's kind of just best to just suck it up and, do it anyways. But I know that typically I usually say that when it comes to biceps and triceps, you really don't have to do that many movements in order to effectively work them because they're getting worked on the days that they support other muscles. For example, triceps get worked on chest day, biceps get worked on back day, as they help with those muscles, even though it's not bicep day or back day. But if you're having an issue with a particular muscle not growing and you're looking to kind of make a little bit more progress than what you're currently making, the only advice that I can give you is to work that muscle a little harder. I'm a big believer in less is more when it comes to working out and weightlifting. That's why I like to do my heavy working sets for a set of 4 or 6 rather than continuous sets of 10 like a lot of lifters will talk about. But I really do think that there is something to be said about the Mike Mentzer philosophy of high intense training where, it's heavy load for a few semi-controlled reps, 1 or 2 sets. He would say 1 set, but I'm not that good, so I'm only going to do 2. I say semi-controlled because, let's be honest, if you're doing a weight that puts your muscle under a significant amount of stress, especially if it's a new, heavier weight for you, you're not going to be able to do perfect form, okay? So let's relax. Now, your warm-up sets, you should certainly be doing perfect range of motion and perfect form. But for your working sets, don't be so strict. 80 to 90% perfect is just fine. But we've got a lot of blood pumping to these arms right now. I'm going to go home, eat some food. I'm not exactly sure. I think we might do a little tuna, not going to lie. It's been a hot minute since we've had tuna. And I don't really have any beef ready to go in the fridge, so I think we're headed towards Tuna Town. And then as far as my carbs go, maybe I'll do rice, but you know something? I got a couple of packs of ramen. And now that I'm thinking about it, tuna, ramen, little Cali muscle post-workout meal, nothing wrong with it. You got your protein, your super lean protein with your tuna. I'm on a bulk, so I'm going to put some mayo on it. And you get your ramen. Good source of, carbs for the most part. And good source of the electrolyte sodium, which I've clearly lost a lot of during this workout via sweat. But I will say, if you're going to eat 2 packs of ramen, only use 1 pack of flavoring, because that flavoring is insane when it comes to water retention and sodium. So just be mindful of that if you indulge in the old top ramen and tuna dishes. And I think I think after that, we'll be feeling pretty good. I did not do cardio today. I could tell. Here's the reason why I didn't do cardio. You know my little pre-workout spiel about sugar, not feeling great, too much sugar, actually takes away from your energy, that kind of thing. Go watch it if you haven't already seen it. Could tell in the gym this morning that I was just a little bit behind on my restfulness. I definitely wasn't 100%, which don't worry about working out and not being 100%. Very rarely are you going to be 100% energy going into the gym. But surprisingly enough, I found myself to be about 75, 80% energy. I'd like to be about 85% rested between workouts, but it just didn't work out that way. So rather than overstress my body by doing an hour's worth of cardio, I'm just gonna call it after the weightlifting portion, because as you lift weights and your heart's pumping blood to try and oxygenate the muscles that are being worked, your heart rate's elevated. So that in of itself is a cardiovascular workout. A very small one, mind you, but still counts as a cardiac workout. Plus, when I go home and I have this canned tuna, which, probably going to have some sodium in it as well, along with the ramen, that in of itself will be a little bit of a hard workout as I struggle to breathe with my high blood pressure after eating both of those items. But I'm just kidding. I'm going to drink a significant amount of water before, during, and after the consumption of that food. And yeah, one thing that's really great about tuna is because it's so, I don't want to say fibrous, it's so layered, or flaky. Flaky is a great word. It's fish, so it's flaky. So even though it's incredibly lean, it's actually a lot easier, in my opinion, to eat, and it's more palatable, we'll call it, to eat than even chicken. I don't know why that is, but the meat, even though it's leaner, it's just more moist. Sorry for anyone out there listening who hates the word moist, but... And then as far as ramen goes, it's delicious, and it's a relatively pure form of carbohydrates. It's really just, flour and a little bit of egg to bind it all, a little bit of water, boom. Really not a whole lot to it. And as far as post-workout meals go, it's a pretty quick one at that too. I know a lot of people, after their workout, they feel energized for the day and they want to go and get their day done. They don't really have enough time to cook a whole meal or, do whatever it takes to get their macros in following a workout. Ramen takes 4 or 5 minutes in the microwave, and crack open a can of tuna and it's ready to eat. So yeah, but arms was good. Tomorrow we'll be hitting shoulders, and I definitely want to make sure that I'm well rested and well fed for that, because we are going to be lifting shoulder press wise 100-pound dumbbells yet again, this time for hopefully a much cleaner set of 6 for our heavy set than what we did last week. It gets to a point where you have to recognize that even though you're making, steady, consistent progression in the gym, you have to know when to kind of say, all right, well, let's hang around at this weight for a little bit, kind of perfect it. Even though the strength is advancing, you should to some degree allow for the body to catch up. I know that's a tough concept for some people to understand, but if you're really struggling to get a relatively clean set of a certain weight for 4 to 6, but you still get 4 to 6, especially if you're getting 6, just chill out, do that weight for a couple of weeks, let your body catch up to it. That way you're not constantly reintroducing the stress of having to do a brand new weight every single week to your body, because eventually it's going to get to a point where you're going to hit a wall without potentially realizing it, and it's going to predispose you to injury. And then all that time that you just spent making that progress to try and get to that weight has now been taken away. So I'm not going to try and go for 105 next week. We had just conquered 100 last week, 100 dumbbell shoulder press. The week before we had done 95. The week before that we did 90. So I'm capping it at 100 for the time being, and we'll see how that goes. Pending, once again, rest, food, hydration, because last thing we want on this bulk right now is to get injured and ruin an entire bulk's worth of progress. So as far as what I'm doing for the rest of the day, I don't know. I might play a little Elden Ring. Might watch a little YouTube. Gonna upload some TikToks. Yeah, just chill out and hang out. So hope you guys liked the video. If you did, help me hit 200 subscribers if we're not already there by the time that I post this. And I hope you guys stay big, stay strong, stay safe. Adios.